What is up, woke family? It's your boy Wokey Bucks, and I'm back again with another live stream. All right, so we're gonna basically get into this live stream today. We're gonna talk about the situation that's going on right now in this world. Right, you have to understand gas prices are going up, groceries are increasing in value, rent is going up, mortgages going up. Why are all of these things happening? Because of inflation. Inflation is affecting people in so many different ways, right? So, especially when the pandemic happened and you had a lot of people that were getting a lot of stimulus check from the government, right? The government was giving people money. The government was giving you back money from you working, especially if you're an employee, basically getting back tax refunds and all of that. People were so happy thinking that there's more money coming in, everything's going to be good. But little did you realize that that was only inflating the economy even more because we're going through this period of inflation, right? Because Jerome Powell and his buddies over at the Federal Reserve have been constantly printing trillions of dollars, right? 40% of the money that has been printed in the United States was printed between 2020 and 2021. Let me repeat that again. 40% of the money that was printed in the United States in the entire history of this country was printed between 2020 and 2021. Within those 2 years, 40% of money that has been printed in this country was printed in those 2 years, right? That just goes to show you that there's a lot of money that is being printed in this country, right? That doesn't even include how much debt the United States is in. And the United States is well over $28 trillion in debt to other countries too. So you're in debt to other countries and you're still printing out more money, which is creating this big bubble. And what we're seeing now is we're starting to see this bubble start to pop in the sense that you're seeing inflation go up, right? It's going to be very, very hard at that point in time for people to be able to afford gas, to be able to travel, right? Oil prices are going up, right? There's going to get to a point where it's going to be $200 a barrel of oil, right? Oil prices are going up. What else is going up? Rent is going up. Mortgage is going up in value, right? People aren't going to be able. It's going to be very, very hard for people to be able to find places to live because they can't afford the rent, right? In places like New York, for example, it's going to be very, very hard for you to be able to find a one-bedroom for anything less than $1,500 to $2,000, right? $1,500 if you're lucky in New York City, especially, right? You come to places like Connecticut, the average rent is $1,700. Does that mean you can't find places for $900, $1,000, $1,100? You can, but there's going to get to a point where it's going to shoot up past $1,000, right? You won't find any single places under $1,000. That just goes to show you inflation. So as that bubble was popped, now it's making it hard for people to be able to do things that they were once able to do easily at an easy level. Now it's becoming harder for them to do it. They were talking about, especially here in Connecticut, gas prices going past $4 in April. We're barely in March. We're only 2 days into March. Around where I live, gas prices are $3.95. Gas prices are $3.95. Rent is over $1,000, right? One has to really be careful and start to see the trends that are happening, bro. Inflation is causing the prices to increase steadily. Me, I'm an average drinker of a gallon of water, right? I can either get it from ShopRite, Walmart, it doesn't matter. I used to get a lot of gallons of water from Walmart. It used to be like what? Like I think it was under $1. It was like 82 cents for a gallon of water. You go to that same Walmart right now, you're not finding a gallon of water probably anything under $1 or $1.20. You feel what I'm saying? Even they're gonna be like, oh yeah, what's 40 cents? 40 cents isn't gonna be the big difference maker. But my point of why I'm bringing that up is just because things are increasing in price. 40 cents might not make the difference, but $5 could make the difference. $10 could make the difference. 15, 20, 25, 30. You understand? So with that being said, one has to really start to understand the reality of the situation we're going into. But even with that, seeing that inflation is starting to come and affect everybody, right? If you go to California, you're probably not going to find a gas station for anything less than $4.60, right? $5 a gallon now. Here in the Northeast, we're approaching $4, right? Rent over there is probably around the same thing as New York City, $2,000 for one bedroom, $1,500 for one bedroom if you're lucky. You know what I'm saying? Same thing in Miami, $1,500 for one bedroom if you're lucky. Most places it's $2,000. You know what I'm saying? Gas prices are probably down there close to $4, if not already past $4. And the worst part about all this is that it might not ever end, right? it might not ever end, because what the Fed is doing is that the Fed is creating this big bubble. So once the Fed has created the big bubble, now it's starting to pop, which basically means that, with that being said, it's going to be hard for people to be able to do what they want to do, because it's going to be very, very hard for them to be able to make enough money to be able to sustain the lifestyle that they once lived, right? Because all they did was upgrade their lifestyle or try to maintain it while they weren't really getting money that was going to last them a long time. Does that make sense? With that being said, one has to really start to see the truth of the way it is. You have to really start being careful, right? Especially what you spend your money on, where you go to, and things of that nature. Because the reality is that this society, this economy is only going to get worse. There will be a point where gas prices here in the Northeast will pass $5. Mark my words on that. In California, in the West, $6, $7. I believe it 100%. It's only going to get worse before it gets better. With that being said, there are certain things that you can do, right? Like you can invest in order to be able to save your capital, in order to be able to save, or to put yourself in a position to have some type of authority over the manipulation of the central government. Because there will get to a point where you're not going to see any more physical cash. More likely than not, this year or 2023. What they're going to be doing is that they're going to be transitioning from that, right, to digital currencies. Not cryptos. Cryptos is different. Cryptos is the people's money. It's digital. It's a form of digital currency, but the United States is basically going to have its own digital currency, in which you're basically going to be able to track who you send your money to, and what you spend your money on. They're going to have full control. They're already doing it right now, based off of them watching you through your iPhone or through your phone and through your laptop. They're watching. The government is watching you at all points. You understand? So they definitely have an idea of what it takes to really be able to limit you if they really want to. With that being said, you have to be woke and see the truth of the way it truly is. Don't allow it to distract you. Don't allow it to get you off focus. Because the truth of the matter is that a lot of the things that are happening now in this society are going to be able to put people in a bad state. Unfortunately, you're going to see some people go homeless because they're not going to be able to afford the rent or mortgage. They're going to have to call. They're going to have to go on they're going to have to seek foreclosure, right? Or seek bankruptcy, because they're not going to be able to afford their businesses. They're not going to be able to afford their homes anymore. It's too expensive. With that being said, the assets that I've mentioned before in my previous videos, like I mentioned, cryptocurrencies, precious metals, gold and silver, right? Real estate. These are the things that you want to invest into. NFTs, ETFs, in order to be able to guarantee yourself some type of assurance towards the manipulation of the central government, because they're coming to be able to try to take control of everybody. You can't allow them to put you in that position. Therefore, you have to value yourself. You have to put yourself in a position to succeed. You cannot allow yourself to fail. Stay woke and start to see the things that are truly happening for the way they are, and just move accordingly. If you understand, it's because you're woke. If you don't understand, you're not woke. This is going to end this live stream. If you like this live stream, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, share this live stream with your friends. Subscribe to the channel at WokeEbucks, WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below, and so will social media links. So make sure you go give those a check. Without further ado, this is going to end this video. This is WokeEbucks, and I'm out, man.